WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Tommy Lopez. We start in Columbus. Attorneys defending the city in a lawsuit filed by former officer Kenyon Boykin want to block some social media posts by the mayor and city council members from this trial. Boykin is suing the city for illegally firing him. One reason given here for his dismissal was a series of racial slurs that Boykin posted on social media. His attorneys want to introduce social media posts from Councilman Marty Turner. They claim that Turner's posts are similar in tone to ones used to justify Boykin's firing. City Attorney Jeff Turnage is asking this judge to block that, saying that elected officials are not technically city employees, meaning they don't fall under the city's social media policy. It's unknown when the judge will make a ruling in that case. A federal judge says Attorney Carlos Moore must pay attorneys representing Tupelo, its mayor, police chief, and Officer Tyler Cook. This is for the fees incurred trying to get evidence in a civil suit filed by the family of Ronnie Shumpert. Moore was sanctioned for failing to provide timely answers to a series of questions regarding this suit. He claimed that he was distracted because of his ailing wife and death threats that he was receiving in response to a different lawsuit, one seeking to have the state flag removed. A federal judge denied Moore's request to reconsider the ruling against him. Judge David Sanders sympathized with Moore, but also added that he has a failure to answer and that mounted to gross negligence here. The ruling did not specify the amount that Moore would have to pay. Today we learned the charge that a man is facing after he was arrested in connection with the deadly shooting. 45-year-old William Paul Key Jr. is facing a murder charge now. The Monroe County Sheriff's Department announced that today. Deputies arrested him Tuesday. His bond is $100,000. The victim is his neighbor, 35-year-old Jared Smith. Sheriff Cecil Cantrell says that he died after being shot 4 to 5 times with a handgun. This was on Bethlehem Road Tuesday morning. He believes the two men had an ongoing feud for years. An escaped inmate is back in custody tonight. Members of law enforcement say that a juvenile climbed the fence at the Lee County Detention Center. He was making his way through nearby woods. He escaped as he was being escorted to a learning center, which is on the property there. This is aerial video from the Sheriff's Department. It shows his capture. Sheriff Jim Johnson says that this teen could face felony charges for this. He also says that this highlights the need for a new jail there. We do have some breaking news tonight. Monroe County deputies and emergency crews are working to pull a car from the water near the Blue Bluff Recreation area. We do have a camera there live at the scene. This is live video that you're seeing. Sheriff Cecil Cantrell says that he doesn't know if anyone was in this car. Does not know how long it has been in the water. So we still have some questions tonight. Don't have many answers. We'll have more information on this as it becomes available tonight. That's what we know right now. Let's go to weather tonight. Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson is joining us. Keith, we are seeing some rain throughout the area tonight.
Rain has moved on in. A live look with our Alpha Insurance camera in downtown Columbus. It is now wet here in the friendly city. Wet just about everywhere right now from the Golden Triangle area back to the west and south. We have that rain coming on in. Back to the north as well. For you in Tupelo, we've had the rain all the way back towards Oxford and Water Valley. Now tomorrow, not as much rain, scattered showers around. So bring the umbrella, just be on the safe side. Low 60s, and then a lot of us fall back into the 50s. The full forecast in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Keith. More fallout now from Tuesday's elections. 2 votes in a Starkville alderman race may lead to a challenge from those primary election results. Starkville Alderman Ben Carver lost the primary election by 1 vote to Jason Camp. These are the unofficial results here that you're looking at. This is Starkville's Ward 1 Republican primary. Carver tells us that there are 2 affidavit ballots that are not valid. He says that those votes should be counted. Carver claims that the poll workers were not trained effectively on how to handle affidavit ballots.
Secretary of State, his office is looking at it. They are determining, in fact, that the poll worker just made an error, even after getting explicit instruction of how to put a date where this says the word date. And that should not be a valid reason. I've heard from Secretary of State's office that should not be a valid reason for that to be a disqualified affidavit.
We talked to the Secretary of State's office as well. A spokesperson tells us that the decision of the Oktibbeha County Republican Executive Committee will be the final decision in that race, in that Ward 1 race. The winner of the GOP primary there for Ward 1 will face Democrat Christine Williams in the general election. That'll be in June, about 5 weeks away from the general. Well, turnout in many of our area's local elections Tuesday was not good. In Starkville, there are 13,000 registered voters, but only 30% of them cast a ballot. And that's with a wide open race to decide who the new mayor of the town will be. Our Victoria Bailey finds some answers today.
Everybody should vote that are able, because that keeps the city going.
For many, starting in elementary school on to college, the importance of voting is always highlighted.
Municipal elections are incredibly important and actually often overlooked, because you're talking about your day-to-day lives of people. And that's not to say that state and federal elections aren't impacting people, but the turnaround from election to action in municipal elections is a matter of weeks, months. I mean, it's the minute these individuals are placed into office, they can impact our lives immediately.
According to Heavy.com, in the 2016 presidential election, an estimated 57% of eligible voters cast their ballot.
The best way to be heard is to go out and vote.
Dallas Breen with Mississippi State University Stennis Institute says it may seem more important to vote nationally when there's so many flashing lights.
The glamour factor isn't there in municipal elections. You know, most people, I would guess, know that November is the time for the presidential elections. You see about these big ads and money spent on presidential elections, so you think, oh, I've got to go vote. Municipal elections, primarily the primary elections, are held at awkward times, at different times, and so people aren't necessarily counting the days until.
Lance Thompson is a registered voter. He says he steers clear of the local elections.
The previous voting terms, I honestly felt like they were rigged. And it wouldn't matter who I voted for, you know, they were going to put in who they wanted in.
However, the only way to impact change in your area is to speak up.
As a citizen, that we have a lot of things we want. We have a lot of things that we want to accomplish. Our voice is basically our leaders. So I think if we get out and we have an opportunity to exercise our right to vote, that's also having your voice heard.
We also looked at numbers in West Point. In that town, the downward trend is continuing in voter turnout. Since the 2013 election, they are down 1,000 people. A national newspaper has ranked New Albany as America's best southern small town. The town was one of 20 nominations by a panel of writers and experts at USA Today. Readers were asked to vote on which town deserved the top honor. Winners were announced last week. New Albany took the top spot there.
It's something that we'll use in our promotional material. I've been amazed at how big it's grown on social media, being retweeted and so forth. There were also 20 other towns on the list, and all those towns knew about New Albany, and we've gotten visitors from several of them already. People wanting to come and see what we're doing down here that's so special.
Good for New Albany. The town faced some tough competition in the vote. I have not been to these places, but Eureka Springs, Arkansas, and Travelers Bend, South Carolina, right up there in those votes. While some of our area's kids grow up, they're also learning about what else is growing. Kim Buskirk teaches at West Amory Elementary. She's our Educator of the Week. Her students say they love story time with her because she makes reading fun. She says she feeds off her students' enthusiasm and she loves her job.
And they can do anything that they put their mind to and be anything that they want to be. They just have so many opportunities headed their way, and I just want them to face them head on and strong and just can do anything they want to do.
We mentioned Ms. Buskirk's name in the room. The students' eyes lit up. They started clapping and applauding. They love their teacher, and they know that she loves them.
If you'd like to nominate a deserving teacher, you can visit our website, WCBI.com.
Wet weather in Columbus right now and just about many other locations right now. But you can see for Market Street Festival on Saturday in Columbus, we will clear it out. 73 degrees. Your full forecast is next.
WCBI's Educator of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant, where your neighbors are the owners. Your first alert weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Good to see you this evening. Going back to Sunday's tornado event here in Mississippi, these are the top 6 tornado events looking back in history here. And the most recent one here, number 5, at least 25 tornadoes now confirmed in the state of Mississippi with that. Amazing stuff considering we really weren't anticipating a widespread event on Sunday. We had one really distinct area of disturbed weather move on to produce a lot of those tornadoes. But that was Sunday. Thankfully, that is done. This afternoon, though, we had the clouds come on in. The last look at the sun there in Caledonia, all that sunshine this morning gave way to the clouds and now the showers. And you can see that with our Alpha Insurance camera in downtown Tupelo. Some lighter rain here in Tupelo and Lee County. Some heavier downpours in and around the area where you see the darker greens, the yellows, and the reds, especially near Okolona right now, northeast of Houston there in Chickasaw County. Down to the Golden Triangle area as well, where you have some wet weather. And more wet weather back out to the south and west. But as you get out to the Mississippi River, the rain is tapering off, and this rain will not be with us all night long, but after midnight this will go away. More showers lurking back to the northwest for tomorrow. You can see this wraparound effect here, so some of these showers will come on in later tonight, and then for tomorrow afternoon we'll have some of this unsettled weather stick around. It's going to be chilly tomorrow too. We were in the low and mid 80s today. How about some 60s and 50s? Now, many of us will see our high set at midnight, and temperatures will continue to tumble, it looks like, during the day. And a good chunk of the area may be in the 50s by mid to late afternoon tomorrow. So you see 50s and 60s for the high temperature map tomorrow. It's going to be chilly everywhere, and temperatures could just be be on this gradual descent as we go throughout the course of the day. Showers more concentrated tonight, and then just some scattered activity tomorrow morning. A bit of a break late morning into the afternoon here, and then as we get into your afternoon and evening, a few more scattered showers, a lot of cloud cover. And guess what's going to stick around for Friday? More clouds, more isolated showers. Not as many showers Friday versus tomorrow, but still it's going to be a bit damp and cool around here with some gusty breezes at times. So here's our 7-day. We're looking at some 60s and 50s for the next 2 days. We're going to clear all of this out for the weekend. So if you have weekend plans, Market Street Festival, don't panic. We're looking pretty good. Sunday, ideal, 79, and low and mid 80s next week.
We have to get used to some cooler temperatures, lower temperatures before then, though.
And will this be the last time we have highs in the 50s before next fall? We'll see.
Well, so the answer could be yes?
It could be yes, because this is May. I mean,
yeah.
The odds of having a cool period like this going forward, very rare.
All right, Keith, thank you very much. Our Student Athlete of the Week involves a real team effort. We have a story you're going to want to see from Manatee coming up tonight. Stay with us.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Tommy Lopez.
In tonight's Health Talk with Baptist, Baptist looks at different forms of skin cancer.
Hi, I'm Amanda Mordecai, an oncology nurse practitioner at Baptist Memorial Hospital, Golden Triangle. Tonight we will discuss the 3 types of skin cancers. Basal cell carcinoma, squamous cell carcinoma, and melanoma are the 3 main types of skin cancer. Basal cell carcinoma is the most common type of skin cancer. About 8 out of 10 skin cancers are basal cell cancers. These cancers usually develop over the sun-exposed areas, especially the head and neck. They tend to grow slowly, and it is very rare for a basal cell cancer to spread to other parts of the body. But if left untreated, it can grow into nearby areas and invade the bone or other tissues beneath the skin. About 2 out of 10 skin cancers are squamous cell carcinomas. These cancers also appear on sun-exposed areas of the skin, such as the face, ears, neck, lips, and backs of the hands. They can also develop in scars or chronic skin sores elsewhere. Squamous cell carcinomas are most likely to grow into deeper layers of skin and spread to other parts of the body. Melanoma develops from the pigment-making cells of the skin. The most important warning sign for melanoma is a new spot on the skin or a spot that is changing in size, shape, or color. Another important sign is a spot that looks different from all the other spots on your skin. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, where we will discuss ways to prevent and treat skin cancer.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
The Manatee Lady Mustangs are charging through the field on their way to the North Half Final. We highlight the Tatch next in Sports.
WCDI Sports with Tom Ebel.
The Manatee Lady Mustangs softball team have been downright dominant this season, and they sit 2 wins away from playing for its first ever fast pitch state title. WCBI's Jonathan Flippo has more with our Student Athletes of the Week.
Manatagee's softball team has been on fire this season. The Lady Mustangs are currently 24-2 right now, and they feel the season has been a great one for them so far.
Coming in, I was really excited for this group of girls, that some of my best friends that I've got to play with for 6 years, and that I know that we probably had a really good chance to go to state this year, and I just wanted to give it all we've got and just give it and see what we can do.
We've had a really good season. The girls have worked really hard in the off season to prepare for the spring. We've played some pretty tough competition to prepare us for the postseason, and I couldn't ask any more of them. Been a really good group of kids.
After losing to East Webster last season in the North Half Finals, the team has returned to that same position this season. They also know how hard they have to work to want more.
This year it makes us want it more, that we know we have a lot of talent, and so we're more motivated this year because we know how good we are, and we know how hard we can work to get there.
I tell the kids every day that the most important part of the game is the small things. So we have really worked on learning the game, becoming a student of the game, doing the small things that really make a difference.
The Lady Mustangs are 2 wins away from making it to Ridgeland for the first time and playing for a fast pitch state championship. Those 2 wins in the finals would be a big accomplishment for the team, the school, and the community.
If we won the state championship, it'd be a really remarkable, it'd be a really big milestone in my life if we won that.
It would be huge. The girls have worked really hard and deserve that opportunity. I've been asked sometimes if I had a couple extra players, that'd make a difference. I wouldn't swap any of them.
Manatee Lady Mustangs will return to action on Friday in the North Half Finals. In Manatee, Jonathan Flippo, WCBI Sports.
WCBI Student Athlete of the Week with Jonathan Flippo is brought to you by C Spire Wireless.
Ole Miss baseball starting to pick up some steam. Rebels looking to get a midweek sweep over Louisiana Monroe. Rebels coming off that 21-run explosion Tuesday, hoping for more of that. But Sean Johnson on the mound for the Rebs. He tossed 6 innings in a 1-hit performance, striking out 6. Here, good defense from the Rebels to help out the starting pitcher. So it'd be scoreless until the 6th inning. Then Colby Bortles, waiter, I'll have a burger with Colby Jack cheese. That 2-run juice gives the Rebels the lead. They put up 4 in the 6th inning to take that lead. But here come the Warhawks looking for redemption. Tyler Cox blasts one to deep left center. That one's out of town. That 2-run jack makes it a 4-2 game. It'd be 4-3 before Nick Fortes puts an end to any thoughts of a Warhawk comeback. This solo jack would give the Rebels some insurance. Dallas Woolfolk and Colby Bortles would seal the deal. Check out this play in the hot corner by Bortles. That is some serious defense right there. He's going to record the out. Rebels get the win 5-3. They'll head to a weekend series in Gainesville to take on the Gators. It's an offense versus defense this weekend in College Station. The Bulldogs boast one of the top batting lineups in the SEC, and Texas A&M has arms that allow the second lowest ERA in the conference. Both sides know they'll have to do what they do best to come away with a crucial series win.
We just got to make them earn everything they get. I mean, they got arguably the college baseball player of the year. We've got to do a great job limiting his opportunities.
This is a weekend where offensively we certainly need to show up ready to hit the fastball, ready to react to the secondary stuff, do our very best to put the ball in play, make Texas A&M pick it up, throw us out, that kind of thing, and just be ready to hit some really quality arms that are going to throw the ball really hard this weekend.
First pitch of Game 1 between Mississippi State and Texas A&M comes up tomorrow at 6:30 on ESPNU. Connor Pilkington will take the mound. Of course, he's the ace for the Bulldogs. He'll take the mound in Game 1. And then after that, it's TBA. It's kind of the story for the Bulldogs this year. Whoever is available and has an arm that's not broken or dinged up somehow is going to take the mound. So we'll have all those highlights of the weekend series coming up.
Yeah.
On WCBI Sports throughout this weekend.
And that'll be the talk of the weekend, build between the clash of styles between those
Offense,
two teams.
defense. State's offense has been nothing short of fantastic, and A&M boasts a great pitching staff. So it'll be a clash of the giants, as they say.
Could be fun to watch.
Absolutely.
Tom, thanks. We'll finally look at the weather that we'll be facing here in our area this weekend coming up.
All right, we have some showers. Tom was making some noise leaving the studio. Okay, we have some.
I think he's okay.
I think he's okay. Showers tomorrow, 60s and 50s for the next couple of days here. So get your winter coats ready to go.
But looking great this weekend.
Oh, it's fantastic stuff.
Okay, thank you. And thanks for joining us. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert is coming up next.